Let's have a look. Dun 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 dun. All right, we are live on the YouTube. What is up, everybody? Welcome to my watch along for practice one, the only practice session for the 2024 Formula One Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Now, if you're new to my watch alongs, this is how they work. You got my face here filled with exciting reactions. You've got the live timings here. You've got the session timer down the bottom right that you can sync your broadcast on upward, and you got Twitch chat here. So if you're over on the YouTube stream, come over to Twitch, join us in watching. The drill just went off on my building. Join us in watching the session together. I obviously read YouTube chat as well, but Twitch is the main place to be. Twitch is the main place to be. But yeah, how's everyone doing? During the intro for the stream, we had Jimmy the Skip coming in with 16 months with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate you supporting my stream for 16 months. What's that, a year and a half? Year and a quarter? Year and a third? Either way, 60 months. Thank you so much, Jimmy the Skip. I really, really do appreciate it. That is insane. And Aspect, 34 months. Thank you, dude, for coming in with the Prime. I appreciate you guys subbing with Prime. You know, free Prime gaming sub. You may as well use it, right? But it doesn't have to be on me, but you know. But thank you, guys. I do appreciate the support. Also, Helpful Noob, Banana Mini, and Panumis. Thank you for the offline follows. Also, Gloppin, offline sub. He wanted his Discord Nitro, so he came and subbed off stream. Gloppin, I don't know if you're here right now. I haven't read chat, but thank you for the tier 1 sub. All right. First off, big news. Big news. If you haven't seen it, Ollie Behrman is replacing Kevin Magnussen today and maybe the whole weekend. So Kevin Magnussen reported that he was sick and he will not be racing today, which means Ollie Behrman will be doing practice 1 and sprint qualifying. But that also means he has to do the sprint race. Whoever qualifies for the sprint qualifying, has to do the race. So in this sense, Parc Ferme opens up after sprint. So that means if Ollie does sprint qualifying today, which he is doing, he'll do the sprint race tomorrow. So Ollie's going to have 3 sessions. Then we'll see what Kevin Magnussen feels like tomorrow afternoon. So he might do the sprint race. He might do normal qualifying in the normal race. Or he might just be like, look, I'm not feeling the best. Ollie's already had 3 sessions under his belt. I'll let him do the whole weekend, which I don't think he'll let him do. But yeah, so what do you guys say? Do you think we'll end up seeing Ollie do just the 3? Or do you think we'll see him do the whole weekend? Either way, this is another great opportunity for Ollie Behrman. Do you know what's something funny I figured out last night? I've got this ready to tweet when Ferrari do take the constructors lead. Technically, I've only just realized, Ollie Behrman will be a champion at the end of this year if Ferrari win the championship. Because he contributed 7 points to their constructors. I don't know why I've only just realized this, but that's pretty crazy. A guy who only did 1 race for a team, a rookie, is going to win a championship or help win a championship for a team. That's kind of mad. So, yeah, I haven't seen anyone like tweet that or anything. So I'm just going to keep that in the bank until Ferrari, at some point, will probably take the constructors lead and they'll tweet that out. But yeah, man, Sao Paulo, what a track. Interlagos, I should say. What a track. One of my favorite tracks on the calendar. It's got everything. It's got straights for overtaking. It's got corners that you can overtake, go side by side in. You've got good crowd, good atmosphere, difference in weather. Great qualifying track. Is the audio bug for you guys on the broadcast? Great qualifying track. Great race track. It's just got everything, man. I love it. Top tier track. Top 3 tracks on the calendar. And it's also very rare. It's also fun to drive in the F1 game. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's nothing bad about this track at all. Or actually, I know something bad. The safety. I'm not sure if you follow F1 Mech on Twitter. He is one of the mechanics for Rebel Racing. He said they were stuck in the parking lot for an hour and they can't just walk home or take other transport because there's a lot of violence, or a crime, I should say, in Sao Paulo. So apparently, he said the Williams pit crew, the Williams mechanics got robbed at gunpoint yesterday. So, you know, teams don't want to take any chances with, you know, being out in public, because, you know, when you're in full team kit, you're a bit of a target. So, yeah, that's probably the big downside to Sao Paulo. I don't think as much as I'd love to go to Brazil and I'd love to check out the Grand Prix, I've only heard bad things about Sao Paulo safety. You know, Kim Illman said it's his least favorite Grand Prix on the calendar because of the safety. I've heard so many people say they feel so unsafe in Sao Paulo. It's the unsafest they've felt in their life. And then when you hear stories like what Mac said yesterday, it's kind of like, fuck, man, like such a good track, but just kind of plagued by the safety. Anyways, what have I missed in chat? Let me have a look. Brazilian funk and Twitch Ponden finding some real music. Yeah, we're playing the new Sao Paulo the weekend song. Wait, didn't you know that? Did you actually just think it was normal Brazilian funk? That's kind of crazy that you just heard that it was like Brazilian funk. I didn't even know Brazilian funk was like a thing, like a proper thing. But yeah, that was the weekend's new song with Anita. Sup, Sam Bates. One of the streams, Larry Burndorf. Hello. Quick opinion on Liam Lawson's statement. I think he needs to learn a lot to be in that level to win. Wait, you're referring to him saying he wants to win? I think what he means is he's not in a position to win right now in V-Card, but he's saying like he's not here to make friends. He's here to win. Oh, is that the new Heineken Dome on the left? I think if you have a look on the left at the end of the last corner, there's like a new big Heineken area. I think they had it last year, but it wasn't as big. Now it looks fucking huge. Bedman's only doing today. So he's meant to only do today, but because sprint qualifying overlaps the sprint tomorrow, he'll also do the sprint tomorrow as well. I heard the tire degradation on this track is going to be rough. Really? I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's kind of like a lot of heavy left-hand turns. I'm trying to remember what the tires have been like previously here. Manifested good vibes for Oscar. What's up, helpful noob? Yeah, Oscar's had a couple, two kind of poor weekends in a row, at least qualifying wise. So yeah, he needs to step it up today because otherwise he's going to be letting McLaren down at the constructors and Ferrari will take that lead. Okay, obviously, ideally I'd love Red Bull to win the constructors, but that's over now. So in chat, who would you want to win the constructors, Ferrari or McLaren? I think majority of people got it. Unless you're a McLaren fan, I think everyone's going to say Ferrari. Ferrari haven't won in years. They're kind of underdog, came out of nowhere this season. Sainz his last season. Yeah. I think I can't see a world where you're not a McLaren fan and would say McLaren, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah. Your dad got shot in Sao Paulo. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I hope he's good, yeah? Is he good? Better than Silverstone and Bahrain, you reckon? Ooh, better than Bahrain, yes. Silverstone, probably tied. I'd probably say I prefer Sao Paulo over Silverstone. I don't know, man. They're both good. We'll see how today's race go, then I'll make my mind up. Did they say degradation here is going to be high? I'm not sure. Bama getting all the last minute calls. Yeah, so many driver swaps this season, man. Sup, Reaper Dark. Do you think Red Bull will struggle this weekend? I think they'll be in their normal spot, kind of like Max sitting P2, P3, Checo sitting around the back of the top guys. But, the thing is, we can't even say Checo is sitting behind the back of the top guys because the last couple of weeks, he's been so far down. He needs to. For Checo, all he needs to do is finish behind Merc, and Red Bull will be somewhat happy. Finishing outside of the points is just not good. I think I saw a stat. Checo's only scored like 11 points in like 8 races or something. So if someone knows the actual stat, but that was ridiculous to me. Reezy, what's up, dude? They were saying when the sun is on the track gets extremely hot. Right. Oh, yes. Talking about the track. If you don't know, they resurfaced the track. So, what's happened to Gasly? Is it just a lot of scraping? Yeah, a lot of scraping on the Alpine. Okay. So they resurfaced the entire track. Oh, he's found at the curb as well. They resurfaced the entire track. Now, when they resurfaced the track, obviously there's not a lot of grip. And no series has ran on this track since it's been resurfaced. So F1 is the first series to do it. And there's not many feeder series in between F1 this weekend. So it's going to be a very slippy track. And if it rains, it's going to be very, very tough. If you look back to Turkey when they resurfaced track, I think it was it Miami? No, it was the other track that got resurfaced recently, and then when it rained, it was so slippery. But yeah, I'm surprised it's not raining, to be honest, because if we looked at the weather earlier in the week, it was bucketing down. It looked like it was going to bucket down into Lagos weather. Let's have a look. So it's meant to be sunny all day today. Tomorrow, it's meant to be raining at 2 p.m. So track time, I believe that's... Oh, is that just before the sprint or just after the sprint? No, just as the sprint's starting. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, so tomorrow it should start raining right as the sprint starts according to the weather. And on Sunday, it's going to rain at 2 p.m. right as the race starts. Actually, wait. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. Bear with me. Here we go. Local time. So we're looking for 2 p.m. local time on Saturday. That is an hour before qualifying. And on Sunday, it's going to rain from 2 p.m. all the way, oh my God, for the rest of the day. So the race starts at 2 p.m. Yo. I think we'll have a damp qualifying, and I think we're going to have a raining race. But I mean, look, weather changes all the time. So who knows? But it's looking good, man. It's looking good. McLaren, it's been since 1998. Sunday's forecast will be very, very wet. Yeah. That's what I love about sprint weekends is, like, you get 4 sessions. Like, an ideal world, my ideal Formula 1 world, right, is you have one practice session on a Friday. You have sprint qualifying, just like it is now, the same format. But one of the races is wet and one of the qualifyings is wet. You know what I mean? So you have one dry and one wet qualifying every weekend. That would be perfect, man. That would be perfect. It's supposed to rain on Saturday and Sunday. It looks like Red Bull has a new side pod. Really? I don't know if you saw that we haven't gone through Discord and looked at all the news yet. We will do that after FP1. But if you haven't seen, Checo has said that he's not got the same car as Max, and Helmets came out and said, yeah, we haven't been giving Checo a new floor because, I mean, if he keeps crashing it, we have to keep repairing it, blah, 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 blah. And then anyways, then Helmet a day later said, we've ended up giving Checo a new floor to make him happy. Like, I don't know, Helmet just seems so over Checo, man. He just seems so over him. It's very insane. I mean, again, we've got a lot of news to talk about, but the stuff between Checo, Helmet, Liam, it's crazy, man. Max will take a grid pen for the sprint or the race. He'll be taking it for the main race. He's taking a new ICE, internal combustion engine. So it'll be a 5-place grid penalty. So, yeah, you know, I don't think he'll qualify first this weekend. He might. I don't think he'll qualify first. I think he'll qualify probably like 3rd, and then they'll drop him down to 8th. So, yeah, it kind of sucks, man, because usually we're like, all right, best driver on the grid, gets a pen. They're going to start from the back. This is going to be good, but Max isn't the best car on the grid. And I want to see battles, and I'm sure you guys too. And, like, you know, I think I want to be in a world where Max starts pole every race, and then the drivers behind have to overtake him. If he starts down in P5, he's not going to be overtaking people unless it's sending it like he did last week and cop on a pen. New surface looks very bumpy. Yeah, even though it's been resurfaced, it looks very, like, rough on the cars, especially, like, look at the way the Alpine's just dragging along the ground. It's interesting. I wonder if they've imagine Sao Paulo becomes a stinker now because they've resurfaced it. Cat in school, name of the follow. Stroll pole again, imagine. Predictions for your top three if it rains. Max, and Max. Now, predictions for top 3 if it rains. Max, Lando, and... Oh, I don't know, man. What's happening to Franco? Oh, just lost the round. Sadly, Franco lost his grandfather last night. So he entered the paddock today with headphones in, a hat on, trying to avoid the media and fans as much as possible. Yeah, so obviously not great for Franco this weekend. But, you know, I think it's not a positive, but one thing Franco can keep in mind is that, you know, it's great that his grandpa got to see him race in Formula 1 before he passed away, you know what I mean? Yeah, he can be very proud that he's not only coming to the sport, but also been very, very solid driver. But yeah, I think I would be surprised if Franco skips the media today after practice and qualifying. Yeah. Needed a wet race. Have you already decided what you'll throw at the wall when Red Bull announces Colapinto? Do you mean my posters? Yeah, I got, that's one of my worries. I've got 1, 2, 3 Checo posters up on the wall. There's meant to be 3. A couple have fallen off. So, you know, if Checo does end up getting swapped out, we have to replace the posters. I don't know what I'm going to replace them with. But I don't know, man. It's really like, it's such a weird situation because performance-wise, Checo should be dropped. Contract sponsorship-wise, he shouldn't be dropped. Christian Horner's in a spot of, we'll see what happens at the end of the season. Helmut clearly wants to drop Checo right now. And Checo reckons that he's going to be in the sport next year. You know, last week he said, I will be in Mexico here to try win the race with Red Bull. And then yesterday he said, I know what my future holds, and that's all that matters. You'll just have to wait and see or something. And it's just like, yeah, man. New chassis for Perez, what a waste of money. It's not a waste of money if he doesn't crash. It's time for Stroll's annual go drive. Or is he always good in Sao Paulo? Or are you just talking about the wet? Checo, what's up, Reno? Red Bull may announce Colapinto. Nah, they wouldn't do it this weekend. Red Bull should wait till the end of the season. There is no point in buying out Checo's contract with 3 races to go when it costs $20 million, when you're going to lose $20 million in the championship anyway. You know what I mean? Like, why lose $20 million buying out Checo's contract and then another $20 million in the championship? Just ride out Checo for the rest of the season. You lose $20 million on the thing and then do whatever you need to do with the contract afterwards. We've been saying the same shit about Checo for 2 years now. Yeah, that's what I mean. So until it happens, everyone just needs to stop yapping, bro. The media is crazy. Like, if I was Checo, like genuinely, I would love Checo. Like, as much as I want Liam in the car, as much as I don't like when drivers underperform, I would love Checo to just, like, come back into form, show up to the grid next year, walk into the paddock pulling the finger at everyone, and prove, like, look, doesn't matter what you guys yap about. All that matters is what fuck me. Like, I swear. The amount of rumors that have come out about Checo, it makes you think, like, I'm not saying this is true. This is just completely hypothetical. But, like, the amount of shit that's come out about Checo this year makes you think, like, it's just, like, Yuki and Liam's management making shit up to, like, make Perez look bad. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, his performances is what's people are mainly looking at, but all these articles and shit as well, it's just ridiculous. Looks like Alpine went crazy on the front wing downforce for slow corners. I had to do fantasy team today. No, you don't. You don't need to. Unless you're saying you have to personally. But no, you can do fantasy. Yo, wait. Did I miss a raid? Wait, no, there it is. What the hell? It popped up on my alert screen, but it didn't pop up in chat. Duncan! Thank you so much for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, everyone, from Duncan's stream. Hope you guys had a good time. If you're just tuning in, we're doing a watch-along for Practice 1 in Sao Paulo, the only practice session of the weekend. So feel free to sync on up with us and join us and talking about everything from practice. We're only 15 minutes in. Russell's at the top of the session. Checo's gone into a nice P2. We're just kind of discussing all the news that's happened this week. But yeah, what were you guys and Duncan doing today? What's up, Penguin Master, Lord Mahiva, Lodend, welcome to the stream. Eddie Gameplay, hello. Theodore, what's up? Miss Formula 1, IGL Jaden. How's it going, guys? Hope you're good, man. I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? Also, congrats on the Aston Martin news, man. Looking forward to seeing you out on track next year. This season, whatever it ends up being. Is it fixed that Max is taking 5-place grid penalty? I'm assuming you mean, is it true? Yes, he'll be taking a 5-place grid penalty this weekend for the race. Whoa! Sainz just dawdling on the line. Hamilton always crashes into him. I just remember Perez as the tire saver and always used to be fast at the end of the race before the new tires came in. Oh yeah, I still say Checo's good at saving tires. Max 5-place grid penalty, yeah, so he's taking a new engine due to all the problems he had last week, so he has to take a 5-place grid penalty to take that. Where was I up to in chat before that raid came in? Oh yeah, I was talking to you about the fantasy team Jimmy skipped. So fantasy you do before the sprint. Yeah, so you can watch sprint qualifying. You have to do fantasy before the sprint. So we'll be doing it tomorrow. Need a poll. Will Ponden put his posters back on the wall before the season ends? Yeah, I'll probably do it during the next little break, the 2-week break leading up to Vegas. But then again, I'm also like, is it worth it? Because I'm going to have to take the posters down at the end of the year anyway. To put new ones up. Verstappen slower than Checo? Not anymore. 3/10 up. Now, you got to remember, this track is very much like Austria. It's a very short track, so lap times aren't as spread as much. So, you know, a 7/10 gap at Austin or Mexico is realistically like a 3/10 gap here. Is Norris pace bad? I mean, it's only practice, so obviously keep in mind, like, we're only 15 minutes in, but we're going to see drivers do so much different set. Everyone does different run times in practice one on a sprint weekend. You know, some want to get their car in a nice window as possible, like a nice balanced window. Then they go into sprint qualifying and sprint with a decent car, and then they improve it for qualifying the race. Some come in and just do their normal run plan, trying to get the setup better and better and better, and then they just treat sprint and race as a practice session, really. So yeah, you know, you might see some of the back market teams just opting to get a balanced car. Meanwhile, the top teams, like, they'll probably just be like, whatever, like, we've still, it doesn't matter if I get P1, P2, P3 in the sprint, like, barely any point difference. Let's just focus on getting the car as best as possible for quali. Who's in your fantasy team? I think last week I had Charles, and Lando. But I'll definitely be changing it. I'll probably be changing that this week. Subminion Express bomb in the stream. You heard about the new V-Carb name? Yeah, apparently it's rumored they're going to be going to Racing Bulls. Yeah, obviously it seems like it was meant to be Racing Bulls, but then the sponsors came in and they must have signed a deal that said they have to be the title name. So you know how... Whoa! Yuki just lost the car there. So yeah, so I you know how like Alfa Romeo is you know how Sauber... it's Sauber, but then Stake come in and make it Stake. Or like Alfa Romeo come in and make it Alfa Romeo. I believe that's what the case was meant to be for V-Carb. So it was meant to be like Visa Cash App RB. Visa Cash App, but then RB wanted their Red Bull name and it's still blah blah. I don't know, it's a bit of a mess. So I mean, it's going to be a very, very, very long name, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls next year. But I prefer that. I hate when people say Liam Lawson's going to be in the RB next year. And I'm like, do you mean V-Carb RB or do you mean RB as in Red Bull? Because I say Red Bull is Red Bull and RB is RB because that's literally their name, RB. So yeah, them actually being called Racing Bulls, even though they're both abbreviated to RB, it's just like you call them Racing Bulls and you call them Red Bull. Simple. How many names can that team have in 10 years? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a marketing team, isn't it? On the grid solely for marketing. Is there a rain probability for Sunday? Yeah, we're just looking at it. So Saturday is very likely, is likely, and Sunday is very, very likely. It's like rains the whole day. Warman Red Bull. Name up to P5. Nice. Most consistent name for a team, Ferrari. True. Well, now they're Scuderia Ferrari HP, but yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, all the team names stay the same. Red Bull Racing, Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin, etc. Well, Aston Martin was Racing Point. But it's just the title sponsor at the end of the day, you know, like, Oracle Rebel Racing, they signed a 5-year deal. I don't know. Does anyone know when the Oracle deal comes out? It finishes. I think it's gonna be really weird to not be calling Oracle Rebel Racing Oracle anymore. Again, no one calls them Oracle Rebel Racing. Like fans, it's just the drivers and the team. You know what I mean? Like if I do anything representing Rebel Sim Racing, I have to say Oracle. You know, like at the end of the day, Oracle spend millions of dollars to be the title name sponsor for the team. So if the drivers or the team or anyone end up in interviews and stuff being like, oh, Red Bull or Rebel Racing, and not putting Oracle, like, then there's no point in them sponsoring, is it? It's like Mercedes, what is it? Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team, or AMG Mercedes Petronas? No, Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team. Do you think K-Mac will come back for the sprint and race? He can't do the sprint. Whoever qualifies, does sprint qualifying, has to do the sprint. So Ollie's doing the sprint qualifying today, so he will do the sprint tomorrow. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Like, will Kevin be well enough to want to come back just for quali and the race with no practice? With a setup on a car that he hasn't done, he might just be like, fuck it, I'll just let Ollie do it. But at the same time, you know, K-Mag is kind of trying to prove that he deserves the seat. So, did I expect to start at 2:30? I thought it was at 3. Yeah, they always do like 30 past the hour now, which is weird. Who is your hatest driver? I'm assuming you mean the driver I hate the most. I mean, hate's a strong word. I don't hate any driver. I think I definitely hated Nikita Mazepin for many reasons, but I wouldn't say I hate a driver. My least favorite driver on the grid, I mean, it has to be Lance Stroll. I mean, I know that's a basic answer to give, but like, I hate his attitude. I don't care if you suck. Well, okay. There's levels to it, right? If you suck, well, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Because like, to be fair, if you suck, like you suck. Like I hate. I'm a sports fan at the end of the day, and like, yeah. I feel like there's levels to it. There's people who I just don't like because they're just poor at driving. There's people I don't like because of their attitude. But yeah, I'd say like Stroll and Ocon are probably my least 2 favorites. But yeah, I don't like hate anyone. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely actors and celebrities that I hate. Like I actually hate. But in F1, there's no one that I hate. Who's cooking today? Right now, Max looks good, but again, it's so hard to judge sprint weekend practices. Do you think there's a chance he could go to Sauber? Well, apparently the latest rumor is that he's in talks to go to Sauber. So imagine Hulkenberg and Magnussen both go to Sauber. Boring. I generally think Sauber, Stake, whatever you want to call them, will be the most boring, least purchased jersey team next year if it ends up being Magnussen and Kevin. All right, Magnussen and Hulkenberg. Okay, yeah, it definitely sounds like Kevin probably won't race this weekend if it's gotten worse overnight. As long as it become good overnight. Who do you think will be Lawson's new rival this week? Well, he's beefed 3 of the 4 Spanish speakers. He beefed Alonso. He beefed Perez. He didn't beef Colapinto, but he had a contact with Colapinto. So I think next up it's gonna be Sainz, right? Who's your favorite Formula 1 driver? My favorite driver is Liam Lawson and Max Verstappen. How's it going? IK, welcome to the stream, dude. Who is your favorite driver, IK? Is it LK, IK? I want you, I need you right now. What the hell is that? Is that one of the bit thingies? The chair thingies? Quinto, I don't know how much that is or what that is, but thank you. I didn't pop up in my alerts. That's cool though. I like that. I think those little things that they added that you can use your bits for. Okay, so you got, yeah, you can make a gigantic emote, you can do message effects, or you can do an on-screen celebration. If anyone's ever done an on-screen celebration, I can't see it. Oh, I can see it on this screen here. Message effect. All right, thank you for the 40 bits. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Although that's a very boring message effect. It's just like emotes jumping up and down. Like, I wish you could customize it. That'd be cool. Like, imagine I could have like my stars dropping down or something. Excuse me. What do you think of Lewis Hamilton's Brazil helmet? I think it's sexy. My favorite driver is Lewis Hamilton. Leclerc is in my heart. Lawson is doing good with this new floor. When you say new floor, wait, have I missed the memo? Has Liam got the new floor and Yuki hasn't? Or did Yuki have it last week and Liam didn't have it? Have I only just learning of this? Oh, there we go. Quinto, thank you for the on-screen celebration. I can't see that on my end because it's only in the Twitch broadcast. But it looks like Larry saw it. Thank you for the bits, Quinto. That's cool. I like those. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like they are worth more than what I've got them. Oh, Hamilton's still complaining. Thank you again. I appreciate it. It's one of those things where I feel like they could be worth more than what I'm charging, but at the same time, like, it's such a niche thing that I don't want to charge too much and then no one ever uses it. But like, imagine like Liam wins and then you do an on-screen celebration. That would be cool. What do you think Mercedes will do for Lewis's last race? Maybe special suit. I hope they do something. But I don't know. But Lewis has said that he's not going to be doing the post-season test for Ferrari, even though obviously help him get up to speed with the car. He said he wants his first season with Ferrari to be from the car launch, and he said after I think it was after like 10 years with the team, he wants to make sure like he properly says goodbye. So after Abu Dhabi, he's going to Malaysia to go thank everyone at Petronas, the main sponsor of the team. He's then going to go back to the factory and thank every single staff member apparently. And then yeah, he's gonna leave Mercedes on like proper terms, which I think is great. I respect that a lot. I think, you know, if you've been at a team for 10 years, like, you know, maybe some people could argue like it's a bit silly that Lewis is prioritizing like marketing / like being a good person over what's the word? Not being a good person or marketing, but like legacy. I don't know what you want to call it. He's valuing that over like having an extra 2 hours in the Ferrari. But I think it's very important to like, all right, I'm ending Mercedes. This is my last time, and I'm starting fresh with Ferrari. Yeah. It's 50 bits for the on-screen celebration. It's 20 for the message effects. I think it's 10 for the giant emote. My favorite is Albon, my goat. Very rare to see like an Albon fan in chat, but Albon is a great driver. I think he's one of those drivers where if he was at the front of the grid, he would have a lot more fans. I think, you're gonna be people are I can't speak. People are often gonna support drivers more towards the front of the grid than the back of the grid. Pretty sure Yuki had it and Lawson didn't. Wow, I didn't know that. If I was alone and crying and you saw me, would you give me a hug? I have no clue. What, just a random person that I don't know? On the side of the road just all crying? I don't know, man. Maybe I'd ask if they're okay. Depends on the situation, you know what I mean? This is what only Vic uses. I see them on the reaction vids. No, I think she uses something different. So the thing that Quinto just redeemed is the on-screen celebrations using bits, and that's on the Twitch screen, like on the Twitch browser. What I think Vic has, and like other streamers like XQC has it, I think Only Pixel has it, is it's like, let's say you guys all spammed PogChamp in chat, right? Like the PogChamp emote would pop up here. So it's more of just like a thing to kind of like express the viewers like emotion, but like obviously I don't know how to explain it. Like with a big stream it works because everyone spams Kek W when something funny happens, or like PogChamp when something cool happens. But like on my stream, like, you know, we obviously don't have a huge amount of people that there's enough emotes to spam. But I think because it like set up for like every emote. Can you give me a good night kiss? Good night, Connor. Well, IB Cup, the only team that did softs early. Yeah, again, everyone's going to do different runs, you know. Some teams are going to want to opt to get their qualifying out of the way early, or, you know, get their car set up fully by doing qualifying runs. Some are going to want to do high fuel runs and get the car set up. Cool about Lewis driving the Senna car. Yeah, it's going to be awesome to see him drive that. Has he ever driven an old Senna car? I don't think he has, right? So it's going to be like a dream come true for him. Didn't Merrick deny his Friday test drive? I don't think it was Merrick. I think it was Lewis himself chose. Imagine last race with white suit and white/purple helmet from 2020 testing. That'd be sick. Gazzy, my favorite. It's hard out. Yeah. That's what I mean. You know, like Gazzy's another great driver. If he's at the front of the grid, I think he'd have a lot of fans. Groffy just said he knows something about Franco Colapinto, but we're not going to know till after Vegas. Oh, it's a previously used chassis for Checo, not a brand new one. Why is everyone lying? Whenever he gets to a good team, he's under so much pressure, he always makes mistakes. About Albon, yeah. Albon's mentality, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about Albon. Albon's mentality, he's a very emotional guy. When he was at Red Bull, you could see how much was getting to him. And now I feel like now that he's under pressure from Colapinto, you can again see how much the pressure gets to him. It's really weird. He really needs like a mental coach or something. I thought it was just the Red Bull pressure, but now we're seeing it at Williams. Like, man. What's up, the NB? Well on the shrimp. There's a sub 109 possible. What was last year's quality time? Catch you later, IK. Appreciate you tuning in, dude. Have a good one. Sorry, I missed a few messages in YouTube chat. My bad. Magnussen, where is he? Does he give Behrman a reserve, or you missed the race? So Magnussen is not driving today or for the sprint tomorrow because he's sick. It's 4 a.m. in New Zealand at the moment. What's up, Oliver Southpaw? Well on the stream, dude. You're dedicated to watch your boy in practice. Have you stayed up all night? Have you woken up early for it? Why does every track have a fucking Ferris wheel, man? Oh, sun's ran wide. But yeah, guys, stick around. We've got 20 minutes left to practice one. After practice one, we're going to check out the news from... Actually, no, we'll probably save that for after practice one. We're going to hop on F1 24 for a little bit, do some open lobbies, and just get some practice in. Then we're going to hop back on F1, back on to watching F1, because we've got sprint qualifying today. And then after that, we're going to hop back on F124 because we've got Creator Series, F2 Creator Series. 10 plays grid penalty for Verstappen. Confirmed? I thought it was just a 5. No way, it's another tenner. How has he taken like 3 grid pens this season and McLaren have taken like none? No way. Nah, dog. I see max 5 plays. I don't see 10 plays. Yeah, max will serve a 5 plays grid penalty. 5. Yeah, it's a 5 plays. Stayed up all night. What a legend. You're gonna stay up another 3 hours for sprint quali? Yeah, it says 5 plays. Wonga Burra, what's up, dude? Wait. Why does it say first time chatter? Used to always be in the stream. Why haven't Order qualify in front of Checo? If he out qualifies Checo with a 5 plays grid penalty, that's not good. Would you ever get back into iRacing? Man, I love iRacing. I'm so upset that I stopped doing it, but yeah, I think I just so honed in on real life F1, I just didn't have time for iRacing. The problem with iRacing, right, excuse me, is you can't just hop on and play. You need to like practice, and then, you know, you need to make sure you're driving properly and don't take people out. Next year, I've got a really, really big plan for content. So yeah, I'm hoping iRacing should return next year. Ideally, what I want to do, right, my content plan for next year is watch-alongs for every F1 session like I always do. Focusing on F1 25 and F1 Manager 25 when they come out for like the first month or 2 when they come out. When F1's not on, I want to be doing some sort of activity or like event or something like that, if that makes sense. So it's like F1's on, that's like our hygiene content, as you'd call it, like the content that happens all the time. And then like really cool fun stuff on non-F1 weekends. So I've got a lot of ideas, marathon streams, so like streams that have like a goal and a challenge that we need to complete, activities with viewers, and one of them is iRacing, like iRacing events. So yeah, I really want iRacing to return next year. Yeah, I forgot my password, so I had to make a new account. Oh my god. Wait, so Wongo, when you said, am I dreaming, is that because you haven't been in the stream since I last streamed last year? Or is that, am I dreaming for something else? Because I remember your name, man. I remember your name. But then now it's the first time chatter, I'm getting confused. Sorry guys, I'm new to F1, but wherever you finish in the sprint is where you start in the race. No, so they've changed it. So now there's a sprint qualifying. So there's a sprint qualifying later today. That will set your grid for the sprint. And then that's it, the sprint's done. Then you have qualifying for the normal race. So the sprint has its own qualifying and it's its own point system. Russell fast, yeah, Russell up to the top. Wow, 1 second ahead of Verstappen. He is on soft slow, to be fair. Or is this McLaren pace? Yeah, I don't think they're fully shown what they've got, to be honest. I'm glad we have a sprint qualifying to watch to make before making our F1 fantasy team. Who's winning constructors? I think Max wins the drivers and Ferrari win the constructors. And I think Leclerc finishes P2 in the drivers. It's a separate entity, the race, yeah. Wake up at 3:30 in the morning for an FP1 session was not on my 2024 bingo card. What's up, Corin Spots? Corin, oh my god, I sorry. What's up, Corin? Did you purposely wake up or randomly wake up? But Wonga, thank you so much for the refollow on the new account. Appreciate it. I actually love Brazil so much. This is going to be a great race. Oh, honestly, it's going to be one of my favorite weekends of the year, I think. I think right now I'm not that excited. I think just because I'm like, we got 3 hours to kill to a sprint qualifying. The second sprint quali starts, whoo! It's going to be good. This is a weekend where I'm like happy we've got a sprint. You know what I mean? Like I want more sessions at this track. To be honest, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm be honest. I like the new sprint format. I still think it's too much Formula 1. But with the current Formula One, with the current level of Formula One, especially as a content creator, more sessions means more content, more for us to watch, more entertainment. It's good. I actually like it. The sprint in Austin was sick. I think the sprint this weekend will be good. The sprint, when I say sprint, I mean sprint quality and sprint race. It's just like it doesn't spoil it anymore. Like previous years, it would be like, oh, okay, so Max is the quickest this weekend. All right, cool. Well, that's spoiled now. Whereas now it's like, well, it doesn't matter if Max gets pole in the sprint quali and wins the sprint. We don't know if he's gonna get normal quali and win the race. You know what I mean? Hi, I can't believe you're back streaming. I haven't seen you since you moved to the US. I haven't moved to the US. I moved to the UK. I go by the time you're still overseas. Yes, I moved to the UK at the start of the year, and then took 8 months off from streaming. But we're back. We've been back streaming for like 3 months now, I think. Brazil and Austria are the only tracks that suit the sprints, you reckon? Does Max have a 5 or 10 place group 20? It's 5, I believe. Someone was saying 10 before, but I'm fairly sure it's 5. I need a rain race. Only that can help Max. Yeah, I think it's going to be raining on Sunday. Saudi should get a sprint. Yeah, I love Saudi. I love Saudi as a track. I think that would be a good sprint weekend as well. Although I don't think we're going to have the Saudi track for much longer. I think we're going to be moving to the new permanent Saudi track. They just announced all the series that are going to be running there. F1 is obviously one of them. I'm not going to lie. That new Saudi track looks fucking sick. I just wish we could have Jeddah and the Saudi track on the calendar. You know what? Just pick up the Saudi track, Jeddah, and move it to, like, I don't know, fucking India. Now, what's a shit track on the calendar that we can replace with Jeddah? What's a dog shit? Okay, France. Let's take Jeddah and plop it in France. Because France needs a Grand Prix on the calendar. Just their track sucks. Spain, well, we got Madrid now. I was going to say Spain, but yeah. Wait, is Madrid next year or the year after? Is this the last year in Barcelona or is next year the last year? 126. Oh, we still got another fucking year at Barcelona, my lord. When it's competitive, it's really nice to have more sessions, but when it's not competitive, I think more people will complain. Yeah, exactly. Vegas was my favorite race last year just because I had no watch-alongs and it was an early race and I felt it finished. Wait, Vegas was my favorite race last year just because I had no watch-along and it was an early race and I felt it finished quickly. Wait, was your favorite because there was no watch-alongs? F1 TV said 10, so I don't know, maybe they're wrong. Huh. Well, Twitter says, not that you could trust Twitter, but like all the news sites on Twitter say 5 place. 5, 5, 5. Chris Medlin. Five. Okay, the confusion comes from the first time you take a replacement ICE is 10 places. Every ICE after that is 5. So he's only taken a 5 place. That's where the confusion has come from. Why does it look like Ferrari and McLaren are struggling? I mean, again, it's just FP1 on a sprint weekend. But usually Red Bull and Mercedes are good at this track. So why did you choose to move to the UK? Many reasons, really. One, just wanted something fresh. I wanted to move and I wanted something fresh. The reason I chose the UK is just because, well, I got a British passport because my dad's British. I wanted to mix it up from Australia. You know, Formula One, everything Formula One happens in England and in Europe, obviously. Time zones. I had people to move in with. There's a combination of many, many things. The only thing I don't like about the UK is the weather. Weather fucking sucks. Oh, no, it's just overtaken Perez in the pit lane. No, he decided not to. Okay. Imagine crashing in the pit lane. Everyone on sprint weekend is pretty crucial. Yeah, it's always a good session. All right, I think we're going to start seeing some drivers come out now on soft tires and doing some qualifying laps. So we'll see if Russell gets knocked off that top spot. Moved into South Africa so the people stop bitching about Africa doesn't have a race. True. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. I think I would love Formula 1 to go to South Africa. I think it would be so cool to have a all contents in Formula 1 covered. South Africa is a very popular country. You know how we've seen like the big, like, you know how Brazilian fans are so dedicated, and like, you know, now Franco's in the sport, the Argentinian fans are so dedicated. I think they'll be the same with South Africa in the sense of like, they'll be very popular. Like, it's a very popular country, very populated country, I should say. But the track, I think Kyalami sucks. I don't think this is a hot take, to be honest. At least in my community, it's not a hot take. Kyalami will be the worst track on the calendar if it gets added. 100%. It's such a small track. Okay, so this is the thing. When we go to a street circuit like Monaco, and it's hard to overtake, it's good because it's a street circuit, and if you go off track, you hit a wall, right? Most of the other boring tracks are off the calendar now. Kyalami is essentially just a smaller Barcelona. Like, there's no overtaking zones. It's too small of a track. It's not wide enough. It's basically a Monaco with grass. Now, the thing with Hungary is Hungary has a lot of nice overtaking spots. Well, okay. Hungary Sector 1 is amazing. Sector 2 and 3 is dead. But Hungary Sector 1 is great. Kyalami just doesn't have anything to overtake. It's essentially Monaco of grass. Yeah, and that's where I'm just like, I just think Kyalami will suck. There's no point going to a country if your track sucks. I will say though, right? And this is the thing. We went to Jeddah. Never been to Jeddah before. Never been to Saudi Arabia. Never been to this track before. New street circuit. Everyone was shitting on it. And I was like, guys, give it a chance. This looks kind of cool. Just because it's in Saudi Arabia doesn't mean the track's going to be bad. Amazing track. My top 3 tracks on the calendar. Excuse me. Vegas got announced. I love Vegas. I was like, I can't wait to go to Vegas. I don't care if the track sucks. We need to race in Vegas. See, that's the difference. I don't care if the track sucks in Monaco and Vegas because it's worth going to those cities for a Grand Prix. Vegas ended up being a good track, or at least a good Grand Prix. What's the other street circuit we got? Oh, Miami. Miami, I think, sucked, right? So we got 2 out of 3 good new tracks. South Africa, as much as I'd love to go there, people are like, oh, it's a real track. Oh my God, no street circuits. Whoa, why don't we go to Kyalami instead of this shitty Madrid, Spain track, blah, blah. But like, it's a shit track. Like if we watch GT cars, after practice ends, we'll watch a Kyalami hot lap in a GT car and tell me how a Formula 1 car will get any overtakes done. I think people are just going, oh yeah, track looks good. Yeah, South Africa, cool. Woo, I can't wait for Kyalami, and not realizing how dog shit of a track that will be for Formula 1. But again, who knows until we go there. But it's one of those ones where the street circuits, we don't know until we go there. Because no series is raced there. We've seen GT cars, we've seen open wheel cars race at Kyalami, so. The track is dead. The first time I drove in Forza, I was confused why people want it in F1. Yeah, UK weather just grey for almost all the time, yeah. What's your opinion on the ever-growing amount of street tracks? I feel we're getting too many and quite a few are pretty poor. What are the ones that are poor, though? Because the only street circuit that's poor, in my opinion, is Miami. Vegas, top 3 Grand Prix last year. Jeddah, top 3 Grand Prix in the first 2 years it ran, and is a solid track the years following. Monaco, look, does Monaco suck as a track? Yes, but that track's been in the sport since 1950. It's the outlier. It's the only Grand Prix where qualifying matters more than the race. Cool. What are the other street circuits? You could argue Australia's a street circuit, but I would say Australia is more a traditional track placed in a park. Same with Canada. It's a traditional track just placed in a park. I wouldn't really class them as street circuits. Singapore, great track. So this whole agenda about street circuits suck. Oh, and Baku. Baku has been producing shit races recently, but that's because of the dirty air. I don't think that's got anything to do with the track. It's just the cars can't fucking follow down that main straight. That's a great track. Other than Miami, I just don't think there's a bad street circuit on the calendar. Now that we've got these cars that can actually follow, yeah, I think it's great. People care too much about other things like the country things or who made something, just care about the product itself. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing with Vegas, is like people are also like, America, shitty time zones. Don't be wrong, the Vegas time zones fucking suck for the race. But it was like, so you're saying the race in Vegas sucks because it's at 3 a.m. UK time? You know what I mean? Like, it just... Some people's like brains don't correlate with their mouth, you know what I mean? Behrman up to P2 on the softs. L1 P3, Colapinto P5. I mean, Colapinto's 7/10 off his teammate. Alright, like I said, everyone's gonna come out in these soft tires now for these for a bit of qualifying run before before sprint quali, and Piastri's gone off track there. I wonder if he's damaged his floor from doing that. Oh, I actually look kind of fine on board. He didn't even feel it. Sup, Josh? How's it going, dude? Just got back. Hope you had a good weekend, man. Good week, I mean. Hope it went well. I won't spoil it, but the team was somewhere. Wait, am I allowed to talk about it? I don't think I am. Either way, the team, Rebel Sim Racing, was somewhere shooting something very cool that will be on the main Rebel Racing channel very soon. So fucking sick, man. So fucking sick. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Like, it's been something that's been in the works for a while now. Yeah, it's gonna be cool once it comes out. I live in America. Unfortunately, sometimes I have to watch races at 3 a.m. my time. It just the way it goes. Yeah, exactly. I have one word: Sepang. Sepang is top tier. I would love to do a stream / video / whatever, doing like a dream Formula One. I've actually got it written down on my list. It's my dream Formula One. So I want to do like my dream driver lineup, like grid, my dream grid, my dream teams, my dream track calendar, my dream rule set. What else can I do? I think that's it. I'd love to do that. I won the race in Germany. Yeah, I definitely see. Spoiler alert. I'd put Hockenheim and Sepang on my dream track list. How's that happen? Alright, there you go. Norris up to P3 now. Still behind Behrman, but way better than the time he had before. A recipe for a good track for F1 now is a wide track so they can go side by side and take different lines and express their racecraft. Example, Coda and last corner Brazil, if you remember Alonso last year with heavy braking. So, yeah. But the problem with a track like Coda, qualifying sucks. I like a track like Saudi or Silverstone, where it's an amazing lap to hot lap, but it's also really good for racing. It's hard to find that balance, but that balance is great. Jerez. I don't know much about Jerez, to be honest. Being from India, I can't watch any of my favorite sports at normal timings except cricket, football, F1, MMA, yeah. Yeah, that was the same in Australia. Even now in the UK, like, I mean, it's different for everyone, right? IndyCar is on at nighttime here in the UK, but at nighttime on an F1 weekend, I'm too busy like streaming or like editing and getting videos ready for the next day. I can't like actually watch it. MotoGP is on at like the exact same time as F1. Being from India, wait, I read that. They're just wide as the tracks out there. What's going on with Piastri's these last few races? Yeah, man, he's been underperforming. You know, he's definitely letting McLaren down at the constructors. Jerez is literally too tiny for F1 cars. Good for bike racing, though. India times aren't that bad, to be honest, compared to like Southeast Asia or Oceania. Europe time is pretty good for most stuff. It's either late night or early morning for the two corners of the earth. Yeah. He didn't read the sim drivers drive real F1 car. It's happening. Wait, what? Sim drivers drive real F1 cars. Wait, what was that? Oh, is that in reference to what I was saying the team's doing? Piastri seems to struggle on tracks which aren't in F2. Piastri seems to struggle on tracks which aren't in F2 and F3 calendars. Wait, Piastri seems to struggle on tracks which aren't in F2 and F3 calendars. Yeah. I'd say, yeah, it tends to, he tends to struggle more towards, I think the trend shows that's the case. But then you look at like Qatar, and he's good at Qatar. And that's on the F2, F3 calendar. Or he never raced there before, and he was good there last year. What other tracks not on F2 or F3 that he's been good at? Yeah. Qatar's new for everyone. Yeah, true. Who let Bearman cook? Man is cooking. What's it? Where's Hulkenberg? Why is he so far down? Num. Oh, Max backing out. No. I wanted to see him finish that lap, man. Pitch up to P4. What's that? It's really tight at the front. Again, what I said earlier, the track is so small, you're not going to see a big spread between drivers at a track like this. Similar to Austria. Looked like Sainz lifted at the end there as well. Did he just fuck up? I still can't believe Danny Rick is out. Ricciardo fans have really been around the roller coaster this season. Keen to see what Lawson can bring to the sport. Oh, yeah, Lewis losing the rear there. Yeah, no, it sucks, man. Like, it's very bittersweet. You know, Daniel Ricciardo is definitely, like, top 5 drivers for me that I'm a fan of. But, you know, obviously in my case, he's been replaced by my favorite driver. So I'm not too disappointed. But I don't know about you guys, but when Danny Rick announced that he's not going to be in the sport, I was like, wow. Wait, Lewis, ready yet? Wow, Lewis in pain? The bumps, man. Mercedes have always struggled with the bumps. I can't believe that the resurfacing hasn't fixed the car here. When Daniel Ricciardo first announced that he was like retiring or getting dropped or whatever, I was like, man, that's going to be a big loss for the sport. But now that he's out of the sport, I don't know about you guys. I just haven't really noticed it. I think ever since Daniel fell off at McLaren, like, that was kind of for me when it was like, all right, he's out of the sport. Like, he's still there. His face is still there marketing wise. But in terms of like a key figure in the sport, that was kind of when it was like, okay, he's not like a top personality on the grid anymore. You know, like that goes to Lando, Leclerc, Lewis, Max, whatnot. And yeah, him leaving, it's not been too much of a change. But maybe that's just because I'm a Liam fan, but I don't know. Anyways, Norris goes up 2/10 ahead of Russell. Has Russell even improved his time since that lap he did a little while ago? Behrman P3. Lawson finishes P9. That's a good lap on the mediums, to be fair. Max doesn't want to show his pace, yeah. This is confusing. It's hard when you only have one practice session, but at least you have a sprint qualifying to see where everyone's at. Where's Suzuka, Singapore, Coda, Mexico, etc. is new for him, but not new for the others. Whereas Suzuka, Singapore, Coda, Mexico, etc. is new for him, but not new to the others. Yeah. Max doesn't want to show... Oh, wait, read that. Lando 3/10 up. Verstappen will take a 5-place grid penalty for Sunday's race. Sao Paulo after Red Bull elect to change the power unit. Yep. Behrman, fastest on the straights in the Haas. What? Okay. Question. Haas. Your Haas, right? Behrman qualifies very well. He gets points in the sprint. If you're Komatsu, do you go, hey, Magnussen, sorry, mate. Look, we don't think it's smart for you to hop in the car this weekend with no practice. Behrman's already proven he can get points in this car, so we're going to let him do qualifying the race to hopefully get us points. Look, I know you're contracted driver for this year, but, you know, you just have the weekend off, chill. I'd rather you just chill and we let Behrman continue the nice progress he's made. Or do you think Komatsu would just be like, okay, yeah, well, Magnussen's our main driver, put him in. Because honestly, if I had to make, if Behrman ends up qualifying well, sprint qualifying well, and doing a good sprint, I'd probably just tell Magnussen, look, mate, sit back, put your feet up. We're just gonna let Behrman continue, because it's so risky putting a driver in with no practice. Just because of their main driver, like, you've missed out on 3 sessions. And if Behrman can prove he can outperform Hulkenberg and be comfortable in the car, then yeah. Do you think Haas will say that to the 2022 pole sitter? I'll let Behrman have this weekend. Same. He's not going to be magically healthy by Sunday. That's what I was saying. Komatsu on the radio before literally said, like, he got really sick overnight. So it's not going to just heal overnight. The gritty Haas. What's up, Last Lasser? Lawson seemed to be trying to be the most hated man on the Spanish F1 forums in 2 races. Yeah. I like it though, you know what I mean? Liam is showing me early Max Verstappen vibes. Obviously not as talented as Max. Max is so naturally talented, but Liam's giving me that natural... Wow, Russell also complaining about the bumps. Wow. Liam's giving me early Max Verstappen vibes of like, I don't give a fuck, I'm here to race. Like, I'm not scared, I'm not a pussy. Not as skilled as Max, but I would say he's a more likable driver than Max was when Max came in. I mean, I wasn't watching Formula 1 when Max came in, but like looking back at clips and stuff, Max was very like, I don't give a fuck about you, like I don't give a fuck about anyone. Whereas Liam's like, on track, I don't give a fuck about anyone, but off track, you know, like, I'll still do interviews and, you know, like, he's a very cool guy. So, yeah, I would love to see Liam in that Red Bull seat next year, man. I think we'll have to see how the rest of his year goes, but I feel like he just deserves it with his mindset. Who invited this guy? Who invited this guy? Oh my God, Brexit. That is a Brexit top 3 right there. Lando P1, Russell P2, Behrman P3. If only Lewis had P4, man. I can tell El Rey hates them. Wait, does anyone know? Does anyone actually know what El Rey thinks? If you don't know, El Rey's a Spanish F1 creator. I laughed my ass off when Max dragged Damon Hill and Brundle. Yeah, poor Brundle, man, because Brundle's a nice guy and obviously respects Max, but Verstappen wasn't taking any prisoners. Anyways, guys, that wraps up FP1. That was a pretty solid session. We spoke about a lot of stuff. You know, we had a different driver in FP1. I think FP1s on a sprint weekends are always good. So, yeah, Norris tops the session. Russell P2, Behrman P3. I think after all that, where's McLaren? Where's Ferrari? McLaren ended up getting near the top. Ferrari was still a little bit off, but at the end of the day, it's just FP1. It's just FP1. Red Bull really far down, but Max didn't finish his lap, keep in mind. So, yeah. Anyways, that wraps up FP1. If you're watching over on YouTube, come over to Twitch. We're not ending the stream. We will be live on Twitch for the next 3 hours until sprint qualifying. We're going to be doing a mix of different things. We've got F124 to play, and we're going to look at a bunch of news and a bunch of videos. So, YouTube people, come over to Twitch. Is FP1 done? When's FP2? No FP2, no FP3 this weekend. May Roger. It is straight into sprint qualifying later today. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for me. YouTube people, I'll see you over on Twitch / for sprint qualifying. Goodbye.